What is up, fam? Hope everyone is doing well. Your boy is back out of retirement, so shout out to the loyal following that's still here after my, months and months of inactivity. And, hello to the new faces. For those who don't know me, Money Mazin. I am a trader, investor, crypto enthusiast. I trade a little bit of Forex and some, you know what I'm saying, some indices, indexes, things of that nature. And been in crypto since 2018 as a holder, full-time trading, past 2 years. So I spent a year and a half getting this account to 1.4K, and then just took time off because it was taking so much time out of my day, and I was still in the learning process. As you know, it doesn't matter if you've been in this game for 10 or 20 years, you're constantly learning. Summer's about over, have more time on my hands, and I'm going to try my best to come out of retirement, so hopefully this won't be the last time you see me. Shout out to the new faces, for those who don't know me. You see the Twitter on the screen, go ahead and drop me a follow kindly. Link will be below in one of the little tab shits, you know what I'm saying, description, things of that nature. I'm very unorthodox in nature. This will not be a overly professional, vernacularly speaking channel, so hope you're alright with that. Check the link tree's here. You can follow my Twitter, Crypto Tribe Discord, full of traders and investors and enthusiasts, 100 plus members. If you need a leverage place to day trade or leverage trade crypto, Blowfin is very nice. That's what I use. If you need a link, NFA, please trade cautiously, and if you don't know how to trade, do not put money on an exchange, and sign up for TradingView if you need a chart to trade on. I use TradingView and Velo. Let's go ahead and hop in everything. I'm going to give you a full breakdown on TA from high time frame to low time frame. I'm going to just start with the weekly, that is, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm going to show you a couple other things. This is the Velo chart just because I was using this earlier. No indicators will be used throughout these charts, simply just technical analysis and, some fun lines and things of that nature. So we'll go off that, and then we'll move over to TradingView in a second, where I have some other pre-made charts that I think you guys will be interested in. So first off, key here, I identified, and I'm looking at this weekly chart. I'm going to try to break this down for beginners because I try to be the person that I needed, 4 or 5 years ago. I had no mentors, strictly just YouTube, Twitter, a couple books from some friends here and there, but just fully self-taught, and that's why it took me so damn long. So for any new traders, man, just know this stuff is like coding. It's like learning a new language, but once you know it, it's relatively simple. I mean, it's the greed and the fear and the psychological resilience that you really have to just master in order for this game. So going into the TA, first, I see the weekly chart here. Okay, some is cut off, but we don't need this at the moment. I identified all-time high from 2021. I marked that as a key SR. Highest candle closure on a weekly time frame, marked that as a key SR. I noticed. Now, this was the all-time high, but in 2021, this is what I noticed. We have multiple candle closures, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with high liquidity wicks gashing towards the, you know what I'm saying, highest candle closure. I'm looking at more of the actual resistance being this box with the multiple candle closures, and the all-time high with the spike below is pretty much like a div, you know what I'm saying? So 2 key SRs and then a heavy box right here that is supposed to hold us up, and then obviously on the weekly time frame here we came back below with a dev right below, with a wick down to fill the gap above our mid zone of our pump. Okay, so that is why I have the box here, and you're wondering where the blue line comes in. The blue line really acts as somewhat of a mid-range of this box, but really this is more on the lower time frame end, which you will see shortly. Okay, so now that I have all this set up, just looking at this, if we looked at the all-time high, I meant the all-time chart, excuse me, you'd pretty much see we have top 1, top 2. This is pretty much a double top with a deviation over the all-time high candle closure resistance. Coming back down, our neckline had broke gap, and then we made a roundabout bottom here. A lot of people are looking at this as like a cup and handle. So basically, the main popular opinion was on the all-time chart is you have a double top here, roundabout, cup, and then, handle here. Most of just looking at this now, you could pretty much see a bull flag. I'm not going to go off the highest wick. I'm going to go off the chronological order based. That's just what works best for me. Other people do different things. Now, don't copy anything I do on this channel, but pretty much somewhat of a bull flag or a cup and handle if you want to make sense of that. Really don't have to draw this for you, but just cup, handle, boom, you know what I'm saying? But relatively, it doesn't matter too much because charts help, but when you first start, it's pretty much just triangles, flags, all the BS and the TA stuff, and then you look at it and it's like, oh, that's a bull flag continuation. Next thing you know, it dives right lower, and you might be, I don't know, trading Solana, and then Bitcoin dominance is high, we fall, all alts tank 10-15%. That's just how the market goes. A lot of this stuff is reaction based in crypto from what I've looked at, you know. So for those of you that know all these and the basics, you could just fast forward in the video. I'm catering towards the learning community and things of that nature. So this is pretty much what we're looking at. Somewhat bull flag. We've pretty much already filled the gap here. For those who don't know, FVGs are very popular and fair value gaps. It really depends on how many bullish indicator candles that you have. So we have 1, 2 major impulse candles and then a vertical accumulation with a consolidation, wick down below, you know, to screw all the, you know, the leverage plays and things of that nature, fill somewhat of that gap. And then, you know, it just coincidentally matches up with these candle closures here. So we come back in and then major impulse again all the way up. So, I mean, I don't understand why everyone's so fearful. My key indication here is a reclaim to hold this black box here, as well as this blue line specifically. And like I said, we'll get into that on the lower time frame. So I'm going to remove these here. So this is our weekly breakdown as well. One more thing I want to show you guys here, because I actually longed 2 or 3 days ago. I don't remember which it was, but one thing that made me long is before this red candle dived, we pretty much were sitting right here. So as you can see, we have our mid-level here, double candle closure, and you see how this wick is holding the bottom of the box with a, you know, upheaval above the next following line. That's basically what was happening on the black line. So I followed my rules, and my system got stopped out very quickly. Low risk, so it wasn't too bad, but that's what I'm looking at. So I'm looking something to hold here, and on the weekly time frame, this is something that is, you know, I would like to reclaim in a bullish sense. Of course, the higher low is very well, not breaking below the lowest candle closure of the flag, and then obviously we have the wick here at 56,567. So we didn't even come down to this. The wick went below the box in the blue line, but candle retracted above that box support as well as the blue line. So it's relatively, we're going to take it one step at a time. As traders, we really don't predict shit. I'm going to be the only one that tells you that, because I don't engage in farm. I don't do any of that. But simply, it's just adapting and adjusting. That's all you do with the context given, the information presented, and things constantly changing. As a trader, don't be afraid to change your bias 1,000 times, because that's just what happens. When new information presents and it contradicts your current bias, and you know that this information has an actual effect and it makes sense and goes against your current bias, you have to have enough emotional control and resilience to say, hey, okay, my initial thinking process may be wrong. Okay, so moving forward to the daily time frame, I want to mark this just so we're not looking at this and be like, hey, why is this line here? So we'll do that a little bit. Okay, so this is where the blue line comes in. Okay, before we get into what the daily looks like and things of that nature, we could just draw an you know what, before we get into that, I think we're jumping the gun. We're going to calm it down real quick. Okay, so blue line, lowest candle closure below the dev. This is somewhat of a inverted H&S, head and shoulders here. We have 1, 2 taps, and this is something that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was in one of the traders concepts. I want to say ICT, but I'm not sure. But you see how this candle closure matches exactly with this wick down to the bottom. We have a candle closure low, deep wick. Most think that's the bottom. They long little Morningstar reverse or whatever. Come back down, lower candle closure below with a reclaim, and then a wick low to the bottom. Very bottom signal. This is pretty much average textbook BS here. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching that as well. We'll extend it right over, just in case price falls after the video here. So blue line, it's going off the lowest candle closure matching the liquidity wick. Now these two happened before this, okay? So that's why I'm going off the blue line, and we're looking at this like a dev or a little fake out reclaim, okay? So notice we did this very fast, actually. So from the bounce, we only had 1, 2, 3, 9, like less than a week and a half, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then we double topped here. Once we seen that double top off of the rejection on the daily time frame, following that we had multiple days, pretty much a week down. Yeah, pretty much a week down from the lows and the highs. The 28th, 29th, towards the 4th here, and I think there's 31 days in the month, so pretty much a week here. I want to see this candle stay above the blue line in a bullish sense, and 100%. I really don't want to see it go below the box and double test double lows at all, because that's just against what I'm looking for. Following here. Now, there was multiple concepts to this, as you know, the bull flag. So a lot of people are doing parallel channels in an inverted sense. So I'm going to go through and show you two possibilities, okay? We can go from the highs to the lows off of the channel. And we're going to use this as a dev. So we have mid-range matching up with 2021 all-time high candle closure. Not the all-time high, but the 2021 candle closure. Excuse me. The boxes is the candle closure. Where are we at here? Yeah, highest candle closure. Okay, I'm correct. Excuse me. So following, this is something you could do as a regular range. We could create the range off just candle closures. Some people like to go off the daily candle closures. Now, originally I had mine here as multiple signals, 1, 2, 3, midway. But also from the lows, we could have that at the blue line to match the liquidity. So we're pretty much at range lows, all right? So regardless how you want to play the channel, we're in the low bound territory. So we don't have to be overly specific with the technicals. We simply just gotta adapt from where things go here. Now, it pretty much doesn't match, but that's what we're going off of. Basically, downward trend here, and we're making lower lows, but our bullish signification to go up and break this range for the first time would be a higher low from the bottom support channel. So we have low 1 here, low 2, low 3. My bullish indication would be 100% to stay above 56,500. Second level would be 57,500, and of course the blue confirmation level 58,300. We have to flip the higher end of the box as well as the mid channel, and then 2021 closure high, the 1 week resistance. As you know, you see this black line right here, right above the channel. This is a very interesting zone. Now, we're moving this off of the 1 week, okay? Notice this right here was based off the week. All right, now if we look at it in a daily time frame sense, things get a little interesting. Could pull it right back over, and it matches exactly where the old channel was before we had the initial downtrend again, and people knew this was a bull flag. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different, confirms right there. So what am I looking at here? Let's go to the lower time frame, or keep the channel up for now. So red candle's holding. I'm hoping this spike stays. 4-hour view downtrend. And now we're pretty much holding this higher low. This is basically what I want to see. Now we could have one of those concepts that we had earlier, where we have the line, and then we have price go right below with the wick, candle closure low, to wipe out leverage players and things of that nature with a reclaim above blue line before reversing up and trying to break the 4-hour downtrend. But right now I wouldn't say it's hopium, but I'm just going off levels. So far things are looking how I would like them to. But if we look on the 15-minute time frame here, we have basically a higher low forming from the lows, and we had our higher low right prior above our blue line. Now if we go to the 5-minute, let's see what we're working with here. Let's say downtrend low, match. We have a mid-range. I wouldn't want this to break here. I'd want this to hold. Multiple segments here. Let's see what we're doing. Pretty much a nice zone of liquid here. And then a prior reclaim would be 58,855. So this is pretty much our zone. Here's what I'm looking at. I would like this to hold. Pretty much lower box. We could have a wick down. But it's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm going all the way to the minute for y'all, baby. I'm going all the way to the minute. So we're gonna lower it down. So box is breaking here 100%. 625. Bounce zone candle. So, all right, this makes a lot of sense. Let's see if we have basically this 1 minute candle would have to blow and consume back through for me to be bullish, but right now not looking too well. But you know how it is when in doubt, zoom out. So multiple scenarios. You're probably like, Mason, why am I looking at your videos? What do I want to learn here? Okay. So as you know, we have multiple key confirmation levels. I'm not going to be the price prediction guy. That's not going to happen. We adapt and adjust based on information present. So multiple confirmation zones. Ideal targets, we could be bullish going all the way down to, 56,473, in my opinion, to clean the wick. Now, reclaim, candle closure holding 57.5, and of course, blue line at 58,300, give or take, So these are the levels I want to hold. These could be choppy. It is Sunday. We have market open tomorrow morning around 9. So we'll be seeing Monday's mornings open on New York session. And just to go from there, that will be, second level confirmation upon time zone. But really what we want to see for a bullish continuation back up to the upper range and 70,000 is pretty much a hold of this blue line liquidity. And we also want to flip the midway downtrend. Okay, and then of course the mid horizontal trend. So I mean, once we could break past 60 to 61.5, that is exactly what I'm looking at to go to the next level and prior an impulse up. But we will be trying to catch this on the lower time frame. Now on the weekly again, trying to figure out if there's something I'm missing here. There was something I was going to tell you guys. Let's see. Now most people don't want to hear this, especially, most of retail, but it's just, we could 100% come back down here, okay? Clean these lows, go lower prior to this zone here of lower 50,000s and be completely bullish. As long as the trend does not break, we could have some wicks below. It does not matter here, okay? So I mean, 1, 2, 3 clean sweeps, and we can continue to go. The wicks are very deep on this formation, probably the deepest we've had all 2024. If you check this out. So we've been, the trend since March, April, May, June, July, August. I mean, it's pretty much been consolidation season. I personally, now if it was a double tap, I could see us coming back down. But that third tap going to the top of the trend and price fighting above a higher low, I just simply can't be bearish here. I am bullish. Of course, I'm a holder, so I try not to be biased in any type of way. But the trader mindset is completely different from the holding. When we can have hopium and bullishness long term. As far as low time frame, things get iffy. And I just like daily closes are the best, man. Daily, weekly, and monthly closes on the high time frame. Lower time frame, your 4-hour, 1-hour candles are very reliant. But just having that top head coming in on the third tap upon the resistance, I can't see us being bearish here. I have a lot of close friends that I've heard are selling, and they're just getting rid of their bags. And I want to let you guys know I haven't sold anything at all since 2022. I've been accumulating for 2+ years. I've been buying since 2018, 2019, but I haven't sold one dime of my portfolio other than an altcoin called XYO, and I did that for 3x on the last pump of altcoins spring. So following here, this is what I'm looking at. I will be keeping an eye on low time frame, and I'm getting ready to trigger long. Okay, so I mean, if everything goes and my confirmation sets, if we get a double bottom, higher low, hold the blue line especially, that's going to be me going long. Nice risk to reward ratio. I don't risk much. My losses are very small and my wins tend to be bigger. So it just depends on your trading style. But if you have never opened a trade, please don't randomly open anything or copy trade anyone. You won't learn that way. You will, going on social media and pretty much copy trading other individuals, there are going to be times you hit and there's going to be times you lose. But if you're looking at trading as not just a one-time payout like you're gambling on sports betting or playing the lottery or things of that nature, you want to be able to trade without looking at one single other person's chart, perspective, or their take. You don't want any external opinions in this game. You need to get to the point where you trust yourself and only yourself. That's what's going to pay your bills. That's what's going to make you consistently a profitable trader. Because there's been times, man, I recently didn't long on some nice impulses. Even me having 5 years experience, I was looking at other respectable traders in the space, and I had my belief system altered due to not being psychologically resilient and having maximum capacity belief in myself. So I hope you guys don't make that same mistake. So please just learn on your own And if you know nothing about trading, don't put more than $5 in that trading account. Once you can turn $5 into $10, you can turn a million into 2 million. Okay, it's simply financial literacy brings money, and money does not bring financial literacy. So just keep time. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I will be posting a daily, weekly basis on basically on everything I'm doing, charts, especially the Discord. Anytime you hit me in the Discord, I will reply with any help or questions that you might have. So keep that in mind. We're going to run over to TradingView real quick. I'm going to show you some high time frame bullish charts of mine, and then I will let you guys go. Let's see what's going on here. Alrighty, so this is very popular. I was one of the first people with this chart here. I see it now quite often, but following the last cycle, we have an impulse, top 1, top 2, low 1, low 2. Same thing, top 1, top 2, low 1, low 2. So this is this is an all-time high hit in December 2017, January 2018. And then we have the highs from April 2021 to November 2021 with a nice neckline here. This was a neckline, pretty much double top. This is more of a higher low ascending triangle formation. Same resistance, top 2. Once we broke past all-time high, that is when the true bull market started. Yes, bull markets start from the bottom, but I look at that as the prelude, the beginning game, the warm-up. So you have phase 1, retest, phase 2, and then phase 3 of breakout. That would be my 3 phases here. So we have phase 1, slight correct phase 2, and then phase 3 hasn't even started yet. Now, since Bitcoin was created, there's been one singular pattern that has not broke yet. Okay, we have every single year that Bitcoin had a red yearly candle, it was followed by 3 green yearly candles. This pattern has not broke yet since Bitcoin was created. All right, so what I'm looking at, our last red yearly candle was 2022. We've had a green 2023. Safe to say we will have a green 2024 unless we just go all the way back to starting point. Where was starting point at? 40,000. I mean, I doubt we closed the year below 40,000. I mean, even in a bearish circumstance. So, I mean, we'll see from there. But never in history have we came back, on this much of a bear market and then previously went back to lows. So I can't see that happening again. Anything is possible in this space, of course, especially with our economy, times of a recession, inflation. We're pretty much worse off now than we have been in a long time. I think you all know that's no military secret. But what I'm looking at here is an impulse. I do have a greedy long-term target of 250,000 bare minimum. I'm looking at an impulse from the highs of this following prior pump. So let me see if I can find that chart from you and then let you guys go here. I think this is the line chart I'm looking for. Well, we'll go over this one with you. I will go over this one with you. We have a yearly trend here, bottom lows. I mean, even if we did hypothetically come back, like I told you, that 40,000 is going to hold in my opinion. But we do have the range here. We have fell below with a reclaim of mid-range, fake out with a lower high. That's 2 lower highs following the high. And then we have a lower low, and this is going to be my confirmation. I would like a higher low close here if that happens with a reclaim of range at 61,000. What I said 61.5, but 61,273, 61,300. I mean, the same shit. So following the bounce here is what I'm looking for. There was one more line chart I had, and I cannot find it, bro. It's ridiculous. Okay, so my dearest apologies. Go back here. Where the hell my chart went, bro? Well, guess that concludes. I will sum up that line chart for you because it is very, very nice in my opinion, to be honest with you. But hope you guys enjoyed the first video back. Let me know what projects you'd like me to cover. As you know, certain altcoins, all altcoins at this point, besides some memes and some low caps, all altcoins, especially like utility, ISO coins, popular, top 100, everything is pretty much in isolation together at the moment, and they're moving in correlation. So on green days, you have alts performing well, some performing better than others, and on red days, you have most of them red, and some holding up better than others. So just keep that in mind. Everything's moving in a move. Alt season is on the way. I'd like to see some large caps get off their ass. I want to see coins like XRP, Litecoin, BCH, those type of coins, the grandfather coins, pretty much get off their ass, and then from there we could just start moving forward, that's usually a nice confirmation. But if you enjoyed the content, man, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts, good, bad, ugly. You know what I'm saying? I like the feedback. It is what it is. And hope to see you guys on Twitter and the Discord. Peace and blessings. Stay safe. Money Mazin. I'm out.